3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Welcome to Roots of Reality. I'm your host, Ben Baumann, and today I'm going to be talking about the history of government conspiracy theories. So throughout human history, since the beginning of civilization, false government conspiracy theories have spread like a virus amongst people all over the world. The question is, though, why do these conspiracies occur in the first place? You see, conspiracy theories are usually promoted for a reason, usually to harm a group of people or an individual that is not liked by someone. This can be due to racism or cultural discrimination. For instance, they can be about other ethnic groups, like Jews, who have falsely been blamed throughout history for various things like the killing of Jesus in year 30, or why Germany lost World War I, which occurred around 1920. Or they can be about other religious groups. For example, Christians were blamed by the Roman Empire for the Great Fire of Rome in year 64. Alternatively, though, conspiracy theories can be about governments due to a fear or hatred of governments. For example, false conspiracy theories have been promoted about secret governments that control the world, like the Illuminati, which there have been conspiracies about since 1975, or the New World Order, which has been famous for conspiracy theories since 1966. Or conspiracy theories are promoted to falsely blame governments for something. As an example, some have falsely claimed the American government killed former President John F. Kennedy in 1963, or created the AIDS disease in 1982, or even faked the moon landing in 1969. However, there are not only conspiracy theories about governments, but conspiracy theories created by governments and world leaders to make other governments or world leaders look bad. For instance, China falsely promoted the conspiracy theory that the US government created the SARS virus in 2002. While some in the American government falsely promoted the conspiracy theory that China created COVID-19 in 2020. Also, the American President Donald Trump promoted the false conspiracy theory that Republican Senator Marco Rubio was not born in America in 2016. Lastly, conspiracy theories are also created to avoid blame for a tragic event. For instance, the Armenian genocide committed by the Ottoman Empire during World War I, which since 1915, it is still believed by some today that the genocide never happened, despite it being a historical fact that it did happen. So this brings us to the question, how do these conspiracy theories spread? To begin, we have to accept the reality of people, which is that fear is often the driver of beliefs in this world. When we feel like we have a lack of control over our lives, we often seek out things that will make us feel empowered and in control. As a result, when you are scared of something, whether that is people different from you or a government that you don't understand, it is very easy to believe something that is not true due to those fears. For example, if you don't trust the government and you read somewhere online that the government is secretly doing something bad, you will likely believe it. Because before you even heard about it, you already thought the government is not trustworthy. So, you automatically assume that information is correct, which is called confirmation bias. And this is why, if we want to seek the truth and be honest with ourselves, we have to be more skeptical about accepting what we hear, especially when it is something that fits our own assumptions. Because the world should not be about believing what we want to be true, but rather about determining what is true based on the evidence of non-biased experts, regardless if it is what we want to be true or not. So whether we like it or not, we have to be prepared to accept reality, even if that reality scares us. Because otherwise, fear may lead you to believe things that make you feel safe and in control. But if the things you believe are not really true, then you really are not safe. And ironically, in this world, you can only protect yourself and loved ones by embracing your fears of the unknown and accepting the complexity of the world and the fact that it is totally normal to be uncertain about things and not know everything. Because the world is a mysterious and confusing place, and that is okay. It is just a fact of life. Thus, at the end of the day, it is better to accept you don't know something than to believe in something without being able to prove it. Unfortunately, though, in our modern world, this has never been harder than it is today. Because today, it is easier than ever before for people to believe and spread conspiracy theories. And this is due to the rise of the internet. The internet is one of the greatest inventions in human history due to all the information that is instantly available to us. But the problem is, not all that information is based on legitimate historical evidence from experts that don't have a political agenda. As a result, there are many false things on the internet that are based on either a simple misunderstanding of information, because the person who wrote it is not an expert, or due to someone purposefully misinterpreting or lying about something to support their biased and unproven beliefs. Therefore, if someone is not using sources from professional experts when it comes to making claims about a topic, then you should be skeptical about those claims. After all, if you need heart surgery, chances are you would see and ask a doctor about it, not trust some random person on the internet for advice. Now, does this mean conspiracy theories are never true? No. Historically, there are conspiracy theories that are proven correct, but those ones are also proven by experts, not floating around on random internet blogs or on random YouTube videos. In fact, there are lots of people that dedicate their entire lives to trying to reveal the truth in this world, but these are not the random people online promoting false conspiracy theories who have no educational background in the subject they pretend to be an expert in. In reality, they are people like professional journalists and government officials or scientists and historians that are speaking out about something that people need to know about. Thus, we all must remember that when a person makes a claim, their background matters, because their background can show what biases they may have. So the important questions are, when it comes to evaluating a source, are the following. First, does the person making a conspiratorial claim have an educational background in the subject they claim to be an expert on? Secondly, does their argument about a topic match the consensus of experts? Do most experts on the subject think the same way they do? Or are they kind of alone and the only person arguing that idea? If most experts disagree with them, then probably they're not correct. Thirdly, do they have a history of making wild claims without evidence? If a person is constantly lying about stuff, we can't forget those lies. We need to remember them, because in the future, they should have less credibility for their false claims of the past. And lastly, do they have a political affiliation that could make them biased about a subject? For example, if I'm part of a political party and I'm blaming the other political party for something, I'm not exactly an unbiased source, because I benefit if people think I'm right and the other political party is wrong. It's a benefit to me politically that you believe I'm correct. So that's why it's important to find people who are not biased, who don't benefit from whether a claim is true or false. In turn, these are all questions we must ask ourselves to identify what is most likely to be true in this world. Thus, overall conspiracy theories about the government or created by a government come from a source of fear. And if we don't face our fears and embrace the fact that the world is a complex place, which requires careful research to make accurate conclusions about, then we will always be victims to false conspiracy theories. Therefore, it is up to each and every one of us to seek the truth in this world with skepticism towards conspiratorial claims that lack proper evidence. So, on that note, the world is certainly a mysterious place, but a place we can navigate successfully if we are careful and take the proper precautionary measures to ensure we don't become the next victim of a false conspiracy theory. Because these conspiracy theories are not going away. In a world where the internet is our main platform for getting information, they will continue to be spread and promoted, but we don't have to fall for them. After all, why let fear influence your ability to determine fact from fiction in this world, when this world at the end of the day is your home? So don't be afraid of your home, but rather embrace it. As always, remember, billions of years led to you, so make the most of it.